So I think, and I will see what to do. Okay. So we are talking today about Numbers chapter 15, and it's not an easy one. I don't know if you've read it, but it's quite a chapter. Before that, I want to go back a little bit, something that we had, some discussion that we had last time. We ask ourselves, Yossi in particular asked, what is the meaning of Vayerak Vod Adonai? What did they see? What did they see there? With I don't know who is. What did they see there? I mean, Kvod Adonai. What is the meaning? And it is different. I mean, in the Bible we can see Vayerak Kvod Adonai or in a genie. Okay, Shalom, Genie.
Hi.
How are you? We just started. Okay, so
sorry,
it's not, yeah, number 15, but now we are talking about something that we started to talk, we a little bit discussed it last time. So what is the meaning of Vayerak Vod Adonai? Okay, so I collected at least part of the places that this phrase, okay, and I think we can understand according to these verses. Okay, so let's start. Gershom, could you please read from Exodus 33, 18 until 23?
Okay. And he said, show me, I pray thee, thy glory. And he said, I will make all my goodness pass before thee, and will proclaim the name of the Lord before thee. And I will be gracious to whom I will be gracious, and will show mercy on whom I will show mercy. And he said, thou canst not see my face, for man shall not see me and live. And the Lord said, behold, there is a place by me, and thou shalt stand upon the rock. And it shall come to pass, while my glory passeth by, that I will put thee in a cleft of the rock, and will cover thee with my hand until I have passed by. And I will take away my hand, and thou shalt see my back, but my face shall not be seen.
Thank you. So this is probably one of the most known paragraph about this, and this is very unique because this is really a place that Moses asked to see God, and God said, no, you cannot see me. So we still cannot understand from this what is Vayerak Kvod Adonai, right? We don't really understand. I mean, in 33, he said, you will see my my back. We don't understand at all, right? It's not clear. So let's continue. Gershom, can you continue here? 15 to 17.
And Moses went up into the mount, and the cloud covered the mount. And the glory of the Lord abode upon Mount Sinai, and the cloud covered it 6 days. And the 7th day he called unto Moses out of the midst of the cloud. And the appearance of the glory of the Lord was like devouring fire on the top of the mount in the eyes of the children of Israel.
This, I think, gives us a first hint, right? In 17, it looks like fire, right? But we have also the number 16, and the glory of the Lord abode upon Mount Sinai, and the cloud covered it 6 days. So the cloud and the glory comes together. Okay, we still don't understand exactly, and here I think it's one of the I mean, it's not. It's one of the rare places that it actually says like it describes the Kvod Adonai. It describes it for us. we have his was like the voting. Okay, so let's continue now. John, can you continue Exodus chapter 16 and here? Okay, one verse and one verse.
And it came to pass, as Aaron spoke unto the whole congregation of the children of Israel, that they looked toward the wilderness, and behold, the glory of the Lord appeared in the cloud.
So, yes. So, okay, please go on.
But on the morrow, all the congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, saying, Ye have killed the people of the Lord.
Sorry, yeah, and this one.
And it came to pass when the congregation was assembled against Moses and against Aaron, that they looked toward the tent of meeting, and behold, the cloud covered it, and the glory of the Lord appeared.
Okay, so it is, what do you say? Until now, I think the glory of the Lord means the cloud. Apart from one place that it was the fire.
Fire.
Okay, so if they see the glory of the Lord, they see a cloud.
But it's inside the cloud. So having seen a fire surrounded by smoke, you could see a light inside a cloud.
So you say it is the fire inside the cloud.
It's not just a cloud, but there's a light inside the cloud, like a fire.
Like a fire. Okay, okay. Just that in other places we don't have this fire. This is, of course, from I took it from Mount Sinai event, right? And it's not always with a fire. Let's say like this. Not always with fire. Only when it was on the top of the mountain, maybe because it's dangerous to do it.
But it always says within the cloud. I realize that Milat Yachas is not necessarily translatable, but it seems to be.
You're right. Within Be'anan, in the clouds. Yeah. You're right.
Okay.
But it's using the word glory in English, which is an intangible. It's just saying something special about someone or something. So they're trying to put then a physical word on a non-physical trait.
Yes, I agree with Gershom entirely. I was just going to say the same thing, more or less. Yeah, I think it's yeah.
Yeah.
Go
on.
Can I add something?
Ginny, please go on.
No, I mean, I just think that the word kavod Adonai, kavod means kavod is like, I mean, my Hebrew is not so wonderful, but kavod has something to do with giving some great honor, integrity, value, something. Yeah. And so we're trying, and the text is trying to express that abstract idea in some way that's understandable to humans. And so it's in the cloud. So it's smoky, it's amorphous, but it's there, that abstract power somehow. And that also in fire. I mean, and again, it's very, very alive, very vibrant, very even frightening. Yeah. It's all that, but it's all, I think those words are all meant, as Gershom was saying also, to describe something very abstract and very powerful. And I think it'd be interesting to actually try and figure out what that abstract word actually means to us, as in a idea way, the word kavod, not a cloud and not a fire, but what does it mean? Does it, what's...
Yeah, very interesting. Yes. What does this mean about?
Yes, I agree with you, Jenny. I think the honor of God, the glory of God is something who is not natural, a phenomenon who is not in the nature. But if God wanted, he bring it. If he not, he don't bring it. כלומר, the God decide when and where. It's a not natural phenomenon. That is the glory on my opinion.
It's not
טבעי, זה תופעה לא טבעית שהוא שולט בה.
not common, and it's rare maybe. And yes, let's just read the other two verses, and then we discuss it. We will discuss it a little bit more. John, can you continue? Deuteronomy.
And the Lord said unto Moses, behold, thy days approach that thou must die. Call Joshua and present yourselves in the tent of meeting, that I may give him a charge. And Moses and Joshua went and presented themselves in the tent of meeting. And the Lord appeared in the tent in a pillar of cloud, and the pillar of cloud stood over the door of the tent.
Thank you. Zeu. Yeah, so you say that it is something that something physical that tries to embrace maybe or to describe something abstract, right?
Or there is another place that in Yeshaya, it's written there, מלוא כל הארץ כבודו. And the Zohar, מה זה?
מלוא.
מלוא כל הארץ כבודו. So what is in every place in this world is in the man, in all the people, or in the ground, in the sky, and the Zohar written is that let atar panui minei. There is no place that is
without
God.
without. Okay.
He
But
controls everything.
Yeah, okay.
Controls
He
everything.
exists in every place.
In every place. Okay. Okay, thanks. I just wanted, what I wanted to address here is the phrase vayera kvod, because last time Yossi asked what they saw, what did they see? Now, vayimale kvod Adonai, we have, I mean, vayimale, not vayera. Vayimale means to be full.
Empty.
How would you translate it?
fill.
John, or
Filled, be filled.
be filled.
Ah.
כן, תודה, זהו, be filled. It's something else, maybe it's something more, we can more understand it, because it's, I don't know, maybe it's also something very abstract, but there are phrases with vayimla kvod Adonai and phrases with vayera kvod Adonai, and what we discussed is about what they saw.
Maybe it's not so much that but they're trying to describe it as seeing, but maybe what we're talking about is experiencing an experience rather than that you can't really describe in terms of seeing, hearing, touching.
Yes.
But it's some kind of an spiritual experience.
Yes.
That they're trying very hard to put into words, but it's not really describable as far as human senses.
I think what you're saying is connected to what Ginny and Gershom said, but although we have here something that that we can see, a cloud, fire, we can see it. Just
Ruach, a wind also. The wind.
We don't have it here. I think we don't
Not
have
here, but in other places, the wind.
It is common in English that glory has physical manifestations. I'm reminded here of the Battle Hymn of the Republic, which is all about seeing the coming of the glory of the Lord. And where do you see it? You see it in the campfires of all the soldiers.
I
סליחה. Can you unmute? Sorry. I didn't hear you very well, John. Sorry. Ruth?
Yeah, I wonder if this is preparing the people to worship a God without graven images. If we make an assumption that before then, all worship is, graven images, all the other people have idols.
Yeah.
And here it was very important to make this leap. We think it's a sort of a leap in belief to realize a different kind of controlling power. And so by over and over talking about the kavod, the glory, or whatever, without a statue, without an idol, that it uses this imagery.
Very nice. Yes, absolutely. Maybe it is that it's not a tangible God. It's not a painting or any statue. Yeah.
And we assume that that's brand new. That's a brand new idea.
Yeah. And also a cloud, even fire, it's something not so, a cloud is very moves. It's not, very nice. John, I didn't understand what you, I didn't hear you.
What I was saying is it's common in English usage for glory to be physically manifested in some way. And the example I brought up is a very well-known to Americans song, the Battle Hymn of the Republic. It's all about, mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. And where do they see this? They see that in the assembled troops. They see it in the campfires glowing of the Union Army that's going to bring righteousness.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Yes, nice connection. Okay, let's start with our chapter today, which is, as I said, not very an easy one, but we'll see. Maybe John read also these three, and then we'll move on to someone else.
And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye are come into the land of your habitations, which I give unto you, and will make an offering by fire unto the Lord, a burnt offering, or a sacrifice, in fulfillment of a vow clearly uttered, or as a free will offering, or in your appointed seasons to make a sweet savor unto the Lord, of the herd or of the flock.
Thank you. So here I'm it's not the first time, but here in Bemidbar, in this book, it's the first time of I think it's the first time of commandments about when they will get into the land. Okay, this is look at number 2. When you are come into the land, I don't know why it is you are come and not you are coming, or you come. I don't know why it is like this. Maybe you can native English speakers can explain.
It's an archaic form. It's an older form of saying when you have come.
I see. Okay.
It's just an older form, and we don't talk that way anymore.
Because, okay. It's like, yeah.
In my translation, it says when you enter the land.
Well, okay. When you enter, in any case, we understand that this is connected to when they will get into the land. And also in Hebrew, it's ki tavo, which means in the Bible language, ki sometimes is kasher, while normally ki is because, and not connected to anything with time. Okay, when. Okay, so here are the different mitzvot that they have to do.
Yeah.
ועשיתם אישה from the word ash, fire, okay? Lord, a burnt offering or a sacrifice in fulfillment of a vow or vow clearly uttered. Vow, okay. Clearly uttered, and we have a very special phrase in Hebrew that I didn't know it before. Lefale neder. We encountered this verse before, also in Leviticus and also in Bamidbar. But lefale neder means clearly uttered, as it says here. Now, let's remind ourselves about, just in short, really, we will not get into depth in this, about the different sacrifices. Let's see if I can have it here. Just a moment. Okay, you can see this green table?
No.
Here?
Oh, yes.
Yes, right?
Yes.
So we have, we read it in the first 3 chapters in Leviticus, okay? Olah, which is a burnt offering, burnt completely, this is for God. Mincha, which is only a small portion is sacrificed and the rest goes to the priests, okay? And normally mincha is not, is a vegetarian more, not always like solid. How do you say solid?
Semel משהו.
Yes.
Semel.
Yes, and shlamim, not burned completely, but until roasted, and the owner, this is the only thing that the owner and his guests eat it in 2 days and 1 night. Look how the Torah is clever, not to have, they didn't have refrigerators, and they could eat the meat, the roasted meat, only in 2 days, 48 hours. On the 3rd day, the rest must be burned completely, which is really, really hygienic. Yes. Now, all of the 3 are donations offered voluntarily by the individual. Okay, this is nedava or truma. This is important for our chapter. Okay, I will not continue here. We have because we have the sacrifices that they must sacrifice. Okay, so let's go back to our chapter. So remember the word shlamim and mincha and olah. Okay.
All right, it seems that this chapter ran away from the Leviticus book.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
All the korbanot, it's written in Leviticus, and this is in Bamidbar. It's not.
It's not part of the.
Usually, no. Yes, it's not part of.
But this is as we said in number 2. This is how you have to behave in the land when you get to the land, because they get close to the promised land here. Yeah. So he remind them maybe, or because as much as to the best of my knowledge, part of Numbers was written also by the priests. So it's not if we're talking about different.
Let's hear the logical.
Okay, let's just read for Ishe. What is Ishe? Because it's not a word that we use today. Ishe in Hebrew. Judy, can you read here, please? Ishe.
Ishe, in terms of noun structures, this is a rare structure, like the tree livna. In the Onkelos Torah translation, Ishe means sacrifice. The ancient linguists interpreted it from the root of fire, a food eaten after being cooked in fire. Rashi, Ishe comes from the root Aish, fire, and it means to put organs on fire.
So Ishe is roasted, actually roasted something that is roast on the fire, okay?
On the fire.
Roast meat or something like that. So this is Ishe. Okay, let's move on. Judy, can you continue?
אני יכולה להתעכב על איזה אלמנט מעניין?
Of course. So just a minute. כן, כמובן.
כתוב שם, the favor, a sweet savor unto the Lord.
איפה את? איזה פסוק?
באנגלית.
Bottom of 3.
ריח ניחוח לאדוני. A sweet savor unto the Lord. So in these words, we have a personalized of the Lord. Lord is not abstract. He is like a person. He smelled the, not the fire, the smoke. He smells the smoke of the sacrifice.
It's a good smell.
And זה מעניין. And I read later in this chapter, the sweet savor unto the Lord, also of the wine, not only and the wine has not smoke. אז זה משהו שבאמת מעניין אם אפשר ככה לדון בו. ריח ניחוח לאדוני, מהו בן אדם שהוא מריח? אחד. שניים, למה ריח ניחוח לאדוני גם ליין שיש לנו בהמשך?
Okay, so
aroma, smoke.
Yes, aroma.
איזה מחשבות של החברים אולי.
Okay, let's move on to the
בסדר.
wine. But thank you. נכון, רבקה, זה ריח ניחוח. Okay, so Judy, please. So 4 to 7.
Then shall he that bringeth his offering present unto the Lord a meal offering of a 10th part of an ephah of fine flour, mingled with the 4th part of a hin of oil, and wine for the drink offering. The 4th part of a hin shalt thou prepare with the burnt offering, or for the sacrifice for each lamb. Or for a ram, thou shalt prepare for a meal offering 2/10 parts of an ephah of fine flour, mingled with the 3rd part of a hin of oil. And for the drink offering, thou shalt present the 3rd part of a hin of wine, of a sweet savor unto the Lord.
Exactly what you said, Rivka. Thank you, Judy. We have here some recipes, I think. It's very interesting. I mean, okay, so first of all, we have different measurements of materials. We have hin, we have, you see here, meal offering of 10th parts of an ephah. Ephah is a measurement. And hin, we will talk about it. I just heard 3 days ago a lecture with this word. Wine for a drink offering. Now, in English, it's wine for a drink offering. I wonder how it is in some other translations. What is the description of wine, of this wine in 5? Because in Hebrew, it's yain lenesech. We don't, as much as I know, we don't drink it. We pour it. We pour it, yain nesech.
In the JPS translation, it says libation.
Right, also. Yeah, mine does too. It's it's JPS also. But who's the translator? Hang on. Who's the translator?
So it's libation or lavation?
Jacob Milgram. Yeah, excuse me. Sorry.
Okay, so it's lavation, it's nesech in Hebrew. Yen nesech. Okay.
Okay.
In the Hertz, it says drink offering.
Drink offering? Okay. I drink offering. It's an offering to God. It's not a drink for the people. Okay, it's
Right.
drink offering.
But in the JPS, it says libation.
So what I found about this is libation, which is, how do you say, do you pronounce the word libation or libation?
Libation.
Libation. Okay, so Judy, can you read? This is from Wikipedia. I think I sent you the link.
Yeah.
Libation. This is
That's
only
very
the first part. So if you can read.
A libation is a ritual pouring of a liquid or grains such as rice as an offering to a deity or spirit or in memory of the dead. It was common in many religions of antiquity and continues to be offered in cultures today. Various substances have been used for libations, most commonly wine or other alcoholic drinks, olive oil, honey, and in India, ghee. The vessels used in the ritual, including the patera, often had a significant form which differentiated them from secular vessels. The libation could be poured onto something of religious significance, such as an altar or into the earth. In East Asia, pouring an offering of rice into a running stream symbolizes the detachment from karma and bad energy.
Thank you. So in here we have
שזה מנחה, לא אורה?
it's a kind of a mincha, it's a kind of an offering. Yes,
Yeah,
it's kind of
offering.
a gift to the but it's exactly, it's a drink offering, like a drink, I think in the sense of liquid. It's exactly what is
No,
written.
סולת זה לא liquid.
נכון, but here drink offering, it's
גם מנחה, סולת זה מנחה,
יין.
סולת בלולה בשמן זה מנחה.
Yes. I'm talking here, the drink offering is the yain lenesech, and it is poured with, I mean, it is all part of the ceremony to a deity. And again, we didn't invent anything. Now, yeah, it was around they were in the desert, so it was all around, yes. So hin, what is hin? Okay. Ruth, can you read here? This is also from, oh, I forgot to say, well, I forgot to say, to put here the source, but it's from a dictionary. Hin.
The source, sure. Volume for liquids in ancient days, about 6 liters. And there will be justice for you, Vayikra. Biblical volume for liquids equal to about 3.6 liters.
Yeah. Yeah. A small hin and a large hin, yeah.
Yeah. Shishit of a daughter were answer in the verse, and oil went to where? I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, I also, yeah, okay.
Okay. The hin, one of them, moisture.
In the hertz.
We don't know.
Okay.
In the hertz, it says here in the footnotes.
Yeah.
Where it says the fourth part of a hin, it says rather less than 3 pints.
3 pints is some kind of 1.5 liter, no? Pints, and it's about
a pint is a little bit less than a liter.
A pint?
A pint is 2 cups.
Yes.
Oh, sorry,
A liter is 2
half a
pints.
liter. About a half a
pint is
liter.
a little bit less than a half a liter, if I
It's a little less than half, right? It's a little less than half a liter. So the fourth part of a hin would be like 3 pints. Then the whole pint would be 12. I mean, the whole hin would be 12 pints.
Yes.
Which is about a gallon. What?
It's about 6.
3/4 of a gallon.
Yeah, 12 pints is about 6 liters. So it's about a few liters between, I don't know, 4 to 6. And we have also the efa is about 40 liters. Okay, we will not get
In
into
the hertz, it says that a 10th part of an efa is about 7 pints. So which would make an efa 70 pints. which would be 35 quarts, let's see. So that's 8.5 gallons or something like that.
Okay,
In the
I
women's-
understood from all the
women's
sources that hin is a few liters, and I think that sometimes it varied. I mean, also I think even a pint in England, for example, it varies a little bit. It's not only the same pint. Anyway, this is hin.
In the women's commentary, it also
Yeah.
says that an Egyptian liquid measure.
יפה. So you you advance my
I'm sorry.
my next no, beautiful that they found it in Egypt, because usually what I read what is well read, I mean what I read the most is that it's from Ugaritic, a Semitic language attributed to the 13th to 15th centuries BCE. Okay? But what I read this week, what I heard this week, is a lecture with this hin. There are some Egyptian words in Hebrew that pass to Hebrew, biblical Hebrew, or even today's Hebrew. Now, I'm talking about ancient Egyptian, the hieroglyphic. Okay, so even long before this period, we are talking about 20th century BCE or around that. Also until 15th, so even before. And here we have hin, and this is the hieroglyphics, and it is hin, a liquid measure. Okay, so very nice. And we have and here there are efa also is from Egyptian, and kav, and even zeret. Zeret is the smallest. This is zeret. Okay, the smallest finger is zeret. Okay, let's continue.
It makes sense that they would use the term for these things that the people knew from Egypt, because then they would understand. If you start throwing whole new measurements at them, they wouldn't know what they were.
Yes, yes. I mean, yeah, they were Egyptians until lately. they lived dwelled in Egypt. Yes. Okay, so let's just read this Ruth. Can you continue here the verse that you mentioned?
Sure. Just balances, just weights, a just ephah and a just hin shall ye have. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt.
Okay, so this is about the justice that should be done everywhere. And here I think it's very nice I mean, the justice is not like an abstract value. It's really when you go to buy some groceries, you don't want the seller to in a different measurements. Okay, if you want 1 gallon of oil, you want to have it 1 gallon because you pay for this.
Or maybe from here it come to make איפה ואיפה.
נכון. איפה ואיפה, it's a nice phrase in Hebrew.
And we also say in American law that the idea that no matter where you are, you know what to expect. There's a consistency.
Yes. And לא לעשות איפה ואיפה, and not איך אומרים להעדיף? Not prefer someone over someone else, for example. Not to prefer some, not to give to this child 2 candies and to this child only 1 candy.
Not to favor one child.
Not to favor, yes, thank you. Not to favor.
Diane means discrimination.
Yes.
The word?
No, exactly, not to make Tov, let's, and we have him in other places. We will skip. Okay. Let's continue. I think Ruth, you please continue our chapter 8 to 10.
I'm going to read from this version here. And if it is an animal from the herd that you offer to Adonai as a burnt offering or as a sacrifice, of a vow explicitly uttered, or as an offering of well-being, it shall be offered a meal offering along with the animal, 3/10 of a measure of choice flour with half a hin of oil mixed in. And as libation, you shall offer half a hin of wine, these being offerings by fire of pleasing odor to Adonai.
Thank you. So again, we have really a recipe. You see? I think tomorrow I will prepare something with solid.
Could I interrupt for a moment? There's noise coming from somewhere.
Yes,
And
yes.
it's coming from, maybe that person could mute.
Ginny, you are to blame. Okay. Yeah, I also was disturbing. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, this is something about lefale neder, because I really didn't know this this word, yafli neder. If I want to sum it up, it means to exactly what the translation said, to utter clearly. But I want to say I remember something. There is when people said vow, uttered vows, okay, it was really something very, very important and heavy. I mean, if they vowed, they couldn't just, you know, it was a real serious thing, okay, to do. And you don't vow for any light things. And now, because of that, and of course, now when did they vow? For example, if they had, I don't know, some illness or something like that, or they didn't have a parnasa, a way of living or something, he said, if I will be healthy, I vow that, okay, and then they had to sacrifice something. Now, and it was hard because people, I mean, I think it is hard to keep promises. If you think about it, when someone is in a trouble and he promised the word, right? He promises the word to, if he will get out of this trouble and everything will be all right, he will do, I don't know, he will start to do a diet. I don't know. Okay. And then when the life is getting better, and he feels, sometimes we forget very quickly our promises. Okay, so and a vow is a very, very strong promise. So Kehilat says here, Ruth, can you read here, because I think it's a really, really nice something that Kehilat says, a really smart thing.
When thou vowest a vow unto God, defer not to pay it, for he hath no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou vowest.
Yes. Okay. So I thought I didn't. I think there is another verse. Well, what he says here, when you vow, pay it. You know, like if you take a loan, give it back as soon as possible. But also, when he says, I didn't find it. Don't vow. Just try not to vow. In order not to be in. It's like, don't take a loan if you can, because it's hard to give. Sorry, what?
That's called nidre. I mean, yes. where you're canceling out all of your vows.
התרת נדרים.
התרת נדרים, נכון, כל נדרי. It's
and the
but it's very
Gal-
but what I wanted to note to emphasize here that Kohelet means if it's so difficult to do it to pay the vow, so don't vow. Try not to.
there was a tragedy with Iftach daughters. Iftach,
In Shoftim, in judges.
yes,
Yes,
he
yes.
vowed that
Wow.
the first that he will get out from his doors, he will be
Sacrifice.
sacrificed to God, and his daughter come from.
Yeah. It's a terrible story. Okay, Ginny, would you like to continue here? 11 to 13.
Okay. Just a second here. How am I doing this? Okay. Thus shall it be done for each bullock, or for each ram, or for each of the he lambs, or of the kids. According to the number that ye may prepare, so shall ye do for everyone according to their number. All that are homeborn shall do these things after this manner, in presenting an offering made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Lord.
Please go on. 14,
Okay.
42.
And if a stranger sojourn with you, or whosoever may be among you throughout your generations, and will offer an offering made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Lord, as ye do, so shall he do. Continue on, or?
Yeah, until 16. Yes.
Okay. As for the congregation, there should be one statute both for you and for the stranger that sojourneth with you, a statute forever throughout your generations. As ye are, so shall the stranger be before the Lord. One law and one ordinance shall be both for you and for the stranger that sojourneth with you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Shalom, Orit. I didn't see you. I think we will not go into exactly the sacrifices, but I think that the point here is this, that the stranger among you, sojourn with you, has exactly the same law. I mean, he has to sacrifice in the same occasions. ככם כגר יהיה לפני אדוני. Here, and it repeats itself 3 times in 14, 15, and 16. Okay, I think it's very strong. Look, it repeats itself in different words, but through all these verses. And here's like a summing up. It's like a summary. תורה אחת ומשפט אחד יהיה לכם ולגר הגר איתכם. Any comment about that?
It's include nesech. Ger can to make a nesech.
According to here, ועשה אישה, וכי יגור איתכם גר, ועשה אישה ריח ניחוח לאדוני, אשר תעשו כן יעשה. Well, it doesn't detail here about the nesech. I know what you are asking, because nesech is like a not kosher yain.
Yeah, nesech. So no, in these days, if not a Jews touch the glass with wine, it's not allowed to drink.
Yeah. You know this? I remember when my parents had a Philippine worker, my father kept the wine with a plastic bag inside the refrigerator in order that she could pour or take it, because not to touch the bottle. Okay, so I don't know. For me, I thought
Yes,
so it's like to have the ger, the stranger, sojourn in Canaan, in the land, like you, exactly like you. If it's not, and of course we know that the mitzvah of Ve'avta et hager, I think
It's like we say in the American judicial system,
yeah,
supposedly everyone has equal protection under the law.
yes,
This is sort of the reverse
We
of that.
wish.
Yes,
Equal
exactly.
responsibility under the law. I'm
Mhm.
saying what the theory is. I'm
Yeah,
not
this is
saying
the
that
thing.
there are not variations or
Yeah. The same equal protection, but also equal
equal responsibility under the law.
yes, and
It's
duty.
what this is talking about, but we say, you know, in the American judicial system and many other countries, I'm sure also, but I don't come from there, that you have equal protection under the law.
Yeah.
Well, the
Yeah.
law says that
Yeah.
in order to qualify for the protections, you also have obligations.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
this exactly.
If
So
you
this is
have
what Adina said. It's
under the law,
the
you
other
have
way
equal,
around.
right, you
Yeah.
have equal obligation.
Yeah, equal obligations. Yes. Okay. Adina, would you like to continue 17 to 21?
Okay. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when you come into the land whither I bring you, then it shall be that when ye eat of the bread of the land, ye shall set apart a portion for a gift unto the Lord. Of the first of your dough, ye shall set apart a cake for a gift, as that which is set apart of the threshing floor, so shall ye set it apart. Of the first of your dough, ye shall give unto the Lord a portion for a gift throughout your generations.
Thank you. So it repeats the mitzvah of Chag Shavuot, of Bikurim. You have to give the first plant, even the first child. But of course, it's like Pidyon. We have the Pidyon Ben. There is a special, I don't know, a unique word here in Hebrew, arisotechem. Arisotechem in Hebrew, in our days Hebrew, arisa is normally the bed of a baby's bed, okay, arisa. Okay? But
cradle.
מה זה?
Cradle.
נכון, yeah, but I'm talking about the, arisa, we don't really use today this word, but for example, you can find it in stories, for children's stories, for example. But here, it's not that. Look at the translation is Reshit arisotechem, of the first of your dough, of the bread. And wait a minute, I think Rashi says also, I didn't bring it here. Can you check what Rashi's, what do you have in the commentary about this? Ken. Rashi says, Arisotechem is Rishona sheba isot. Isa is dough, okay? The material that we make bread. So it means that we have to make the offering even from the dough, not only from the bread.
Or now it's very popular to make a fashat challah. Maybe this is the source of this.
Yes, this is yes. I think this is the source of a fashat challah, but here Reshit arisotechem challah. It is also from the dough and from the challah. Okay. So they talk about, and this word arisotechem appears in the Bible only 4 times. Here are twice, and in Nehemiah also. Adina, can you read this verse also? Nehemiah 10, chapter 10. You are muted, Adina. You're muted. You're muted.
Sorry. And that we shall bring the first of our dough and our heave offerings, and the fruit of all manner of trees, the wine and the oil, unto the priests, to the chambers of the houses of the house of our God, and the tithes of our land unto the Levites. For they, the Levites, take the tithes in all the cities of our tillage.
Thank you. Tithes is a maaser. So again, the priests are living good. Okay.
Oh, I remember when I worked sometimes with my father that was a baker. When they put in the oven, they take a part of the dough, and they burn it, do not use it, kemaser, like maybe.
Yeah, they did it even in your father's bakery in Tira, in Tirat HaKarmel.
No, totally after that. Yes, also in Tira, and yes.
Okay.
Every day when before they put in the oven, they take a part
of
the dough and put it in the side.
Okay. I always thought that we give our first plant or our first fruit, but not the dough or not grains or not. You understand me? Not the material that is from which we prepare our food. But here it's also from the dough. Okay, let's continue. Adina, can you continue at 22 to 26?
Okay. And when ye shall err, and not observe all these commandments which the Lord hath spoken unto Moses, even all that the Lord hath commanded you by the hand of Moses, from the day that the Lord gave commandment and onward throughout your generations. Then it shall be, if it be done in error by the congregation, it being hid from their eyes, that all the congregation shall offer one young bullock for a burnt offering, for a sweet savor unto the Lord, with the meal offering thereof, and the drink offering thereof, according to the ordinance, and one he-goat for a sin offering. And the priest shall make atonement for all the congregation of the children of Israel, and they shall be forgiven, for it was an error, and they have brought their offering, an offering made by fire unto the Lord, and their sin offering before the Lord for their error. And all the congregation of the children of Israel shall be forgiven, and the stranger that sojourneth among them. For in respect of all the people, it was done in error.
Thank you.
And it what? Okay.
Yeah, we'll stop here for a moment. So we've already read about this sins by error and not by intention. Well, I marked here something that in Hebrew it sounds like a different. It is a passive voice of the verb. So in English is correctly translated. Do you have any comment about this, or we move on, because it's again exactly what they will sacrifice to each to every, because I want to move on to, just a moment. Okay, so Orit, do you want to read 27 to 31? Okay.
27, okay. And if one person sinned through error, then he shall offer a she-goat of the first year for a sin offering.
Okay.
And the priest shall make atonement for his soul that erreth, when he sinneth through error before the Lord, to make atonement for him, and he shall be forgiven. Both he that is homeborn among the children of Israel and the stranger that sojourneth among them, yea, shall have one law for him that doeth aught in error.
Okay. Actually, I had to, we had to continue until here because this is, until here, it's about sins by error, okay? Now, let's see this thing, two verses here.
Continue or?
Yes, 30 and 31.
But the soul that doeth aught with the high hand, whether he be homeborn or a stranger, the same blasphemeth the Lord, and that soul shall be cut off from among his people. Because he has despised the word of the Lord and hath broken his commandment. That soul shall utterly be cut off, his iniquity shall be upon him.
Thank you. So here it's not by error, right? In Hebrew, it's a very it's also again it's an interesting.
B'yad Ramah.
B'yad Ramah. B'yad Ramah, according to the commentaries, is intentionally, באופן מכוון, okay, with intention. But look, what is the translation that you have? Because I don't know if this is a good translation with a high hand. I mean, what is the in number 30?
Right. The person, whether citizen or stranger, who acts defiantly.
Defiantly. Yeah, defiantly, because this is a literal translation and doesn't say much, but b'yad ramah, it means that with intention, not an error. And again, what we talking previously, also the obligations are equal to, like Ruth, like you said before, and Adina also, obligations are equal to everyone as much as the protection of them. Okay, now Orit, can you continue 32 to 36?
Wow.
It's a heavy chapter,
Okay.
don't you think? Yeah.
Okay. And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man gathering sticks upon the Sabbath day. And they that found him gathering sticks brought him unto Moses and Aaron and unto all the congregation. And they put him in ward because it had not been declared what should be done to him. Oh, okay. Because he worked on Shabbat.
Yes, he collected sticks upon the Shabbat day. Okay. Okay.
And the Lord said unto Moses, Oi, the man shall surely be put to death. All the congregation shall stone him with stones without the camp. That's horrible. And all the congregation brought him without the camp. Mazomer without the camp.
We will see the Hebrew because the English is not very clear here.
And stoned him with stones, and he died as the Lord commanded Moses. Wow.
It just means outside the camp.
Yes, exactly. Outside.
As opposed to within. There was without.
Exactly. It's outside.
It's just an archaic form.
Without is okay. Okay.
Outside the camp.
Outside the camp.
So look how, well, I think we know through all the Bible, when someone don't keep the Shabbat, the punishment is bad, is death. I mean, it's not. Okay, we will get to these verses in a minute, but what I wanted to show you is, remember, what does this remind us? That someone works in Shabbat here. After
When the
after
person
they-
was gathering manna on Shabbat.
exactly. This is what I wanted to get to. In Exodus 16, Orit, can you read 25 to 29? Now, before you're reading, please notice what is the punishment here compared to the other punishment, okay?
It's not as severe.
You want a spoiler?
Okay. And Moses said, as the rabbi says, yeah, eat that today, for today is a Sabbath unto the Lord. Today, ye shall not find it in the field. 6 days. Do you say yea or okay? Ye, you say?
Ye.
Okay. Ye, okay. 6 days ye shall
Ye.
gather it, but on the seventh day is the Sabbath. In it there shall be none. And it came to pass on the seventh day that there went out some of the people to gather, and they found none. And the Lord said unto Moses, wait a second, how long refuse ye to keep my commandments and my laws? See that the Lord hath given you the Sabbath. Therefore he giveth you on the sixth day the bread of 2 days. Abide ye every man in his place. Let no man go out of his place on the seventh day. Wow. So the people rested on the seventh day.
Thank you. So, and I want to remind you that this was the first time that they got the mitzvah of the Shabbat. It wasn't before that. When they went out of Egypt and they were hungry, and God said, "Okay, I will give you the slav in the evening, but man through in the morning, and you will keep the Shabbat, and then again you will not gather it on Shabbat." So of course here you don't have the punishment, this terrible punishment that we have here, and also this is a little bit different, but I think, this is gathering sticks, and the other place is gathering man, but still I think the principle is the same, not to work. And no, the keep of the Shabbat is a very, very severe law. Now we have to finish, but I want to show you something interesting about these two verses. I know it's been a hard, heavy chapter. I can see you all a bit tired. Just look at numbers 35 and 36. And again, remember we talked about the chiastic structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So here is in Hebrew, it's very clear. So I will look at the according to the colors that I marked here. ויאמר אדוני אל משה, מות יומת האיש, and it ends with וימות. Okay. Now רגום אותו באבנים, and before וימות, וירגמו אותו באבנים. Here the כל העדה מחוץ למחנה, כל העדה אל מחוץ למחנה, almost the same wording. And in the middle, ויוציאו אותו. Okay, this is a very, and again, this structure comes when it's something special, something serious, something not like any other narrative in the Bible.
And what is that structure called? Chiastic.
I don't know exactly how it is. Of course, it's not in Hebrew, so I imagine that it comes from English. Chiastic. I think it's CHIST. Chiastic.
CHIASTIC.
TIC, yes, something like that. Okay, we still didn't, we have the Parashat Tzitzit, and we will do it next time, and that's it. Thank you very much. And
Thank you, Ora. Thank you.
next chapter is much, it's like a narrative, and not, no, not like that. You will see. You will see.
Tova says chiastic is from Greek.
Yeah, but it's not, I mean,
We use the word in neuroanatomy.
from Greek, but John, מה אתה אומר?
Use the word in neuroanatomy. The optic chiasm is where the signals from half of one eye pass to the other side of the brain.
Right. יפה. Okay. So here we go.
Just a little side thing.
Yeah.
I was reading the article that you sent from Wikipedia about libation. It was very interesting. But as I was reading it, I started thinking of the scene in the beginning of the opera La Traviata, where everybody is singing the Biamo, which must come from the same root as libation, or the Italian form. And they're all there with their glasses, and they're singing and having a good time, and so it made me think of that. That whole song that they're singing there at the beginning of Traviata.
Yeah. Very nice. Okay, so תודה רבה, שבת שלום.
תודה רבה, אורה, תודה לך, ושבת שלום לכולם. ביי.